7:50 on a Monday. Welcome back. Hope your week's off to a great start. Speaking of Dave Ramsey, one of his proteges, Ken Coleman, joining us just after the top of the hour on the Jobs Report and more. But it is a Monday morning, so let's roll.
It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly on KCMO Talk Radio. Now on 95.7 FM.
Well, the good from the weekend. Let's start here. Tom Cotton. This guy continues to impress me. He's been making a lot of appearances on the cable news channels on the Sunday shows, and a lot of the clips end up resurfacing on X and, other social media outlets. I don't know where anything goes. I'm not trying to jump ahead beyond 2024. I'm just saying, Tom Cotton, with his background, Arkansas U.S. Senator, served the country, incredible going up in combative media settings. He is as good as it gets, and he continues to prove himself every single Sunday. It's like he's enjoying it. He's going right into the lion's den, and he's enjoying it. And he did it again yesterday. He goes on CNN, and he's getting asked about Dick Cheney endorsing Kamala Harris, which is as laughable a thing as you can think of. These people thought Dick Cheney was the Antichrist 15 years ago. And now, because Donald Trump's the new Antichrist, Dick Cheney is like, oh, here he is, the Lord and Savior, old Dick. He's here to save us and bail us out, said nobody ever. My goodness, what a realignment of the parties that Dick Cheney's embracing Kamala Harris. This Trump derangement syndrome stuff, really does get to the next level for some people who cannot separate the man from the policies, understanding that elections are binary choices, and how you don't have to love Donald Trump or even like him or think that he's lived a very good personal life to realize of these two options, well, gosh, one is superior to the other. Anyway, here's Tom Cotton on this with CNN.
Dick Cheney was vice president of the United States for 8 years. He was a senior member of the House. He was chief of staff to Gerald Ford. He worked tirelessly to advance Republican policies for a long time. You don't think his endorsement of a Democrat with that kind of pedigree is going to make a difference with swing voters?
I really don't.
Or never Trump voters who weren't sure about Harris?
Well, some of this is probably that Donald Trump beat his daughter in her last election by 39 points. I think most Americans are going to look at this race and compare the records they have. Again, it's a very unusual race. When you have a president who served in office, who brought good times to America, and you have Kamala Harris, a San Francisco liberal, who has brought to America exactly what you see in San Francisco as well.
Tom Cotton over the weekend, the good, the bad. They brought Kamala Harris out of the bunker for a public appearance at a spice shop, and here's what that sounded like ahead of tomorrow night's debate.
President, are you ready to face Donald Trump?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Best part of debate prep for you? What's your favorite?
Being at the spice store, I finally got out of the debate prep to look at these spices.
By the way,
best part of debate prep so far.
Best part of the debate prep is going to the spice shop in Pittsburgh. Boy, things must not be going well. That's the best part of the debate prep. And look at these goober reporters, too. No one knows anything about Kamala Harris's platform on anything. There are no policy positions on her website. And these clowns get 2 minutes in front of Kamala Harris at a spice shop, and they're yelling about your favorite part of debate prep. How about you ask about something like, what's your tax policy? What's your foreign policy? How do you slow down or reduce inflation that you've helped oversee over the last 3.5 years? Why is your policy on fracking different than it was 3 years ago? Why are you changing stances on electric vehicles from 3.5 years ago? Ask something of substance, you clowns.
I'm getting pissed now.
Oh, okay, I'm done. Oh, people are unbelievable, John.
I don't find it surprising, I guess, that Tim Walz wasn't at the spice shop since he doesn't need any for his tacos. Right.
That's right.
I think he's good.
Yeah, since, he's a corny Midwestern white dude, he can't handle spices.
Just black pepper and salt.
Yeah. No, that's a reference to a couple of weeks ago when he did make a reference to, well, I'm just a Midwestern white boy. I can't handle no spices. Oh, gosh.
White guy tacos.
Yeah. Turkey meat with no spices, please. Okay. Now the ugly from the weekend, and this is really just more of a broader sense, ugly for the Kamala Harris campaign. New polling out yesterday from the New York Times in Siena. And it shows Donald Trump leading Kamala Harris among likely voters 48-47. Now, this is ugly for Kamala Harris because she has been on this honeymoon for 7 weeks now. Amazingly, has gotten away without doing any press conferences, has done one sit down on CNN, and has had the media and Hollywood and so many others, big tech, doing her bidding for her. Yet when you get a poll like this that shows up, that has you down to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump always under polls, right? People are always like, you know what, pollsters call, I'm just not answering, I'm not being honest, whatever it might be. Trump has always exceeded whatever the polling shows. The polling had him down at one point 11 points to Joe Biden 4 years ago. He never led Hillary Clinton. And remember, this polling is done just based on national averages. So if Donald Trump's up 1 point in a national average done by the New York Times and Siena, the alarm bells should be going off for Kamala Harris's team. That is a terrible sign, considering they've done everything in their power with the help of media, tech, and Hollywood to make her palatable to the American voter. And it's not apparently working all that well. And I saw an interesting theory over the weekend that I don't think is crazy. Joe Biden, of course, got the boot, right? They basically had a coup of Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's parting gift may have been endorsing Kamala and leaving his party stuck with Kamala, secretly knowing that Kamala, once the American people got to know her or not know her, was going to backfire. And basically their coup of Joe Biden, the parting gift from him was going to be 4 more years of Donald Trump.